Hello and welcome to this episode of Tavern Talk. I'm the Mighty Cat Herder, and I'm sure I'm going to upset somebody with this one today. So, with some of the new changes from Wizards of the Coast towards taking the alignment away from a lot of creatures, a lot of people have their knickers in a knot over that. And while I understand that the lore purists are trying to say that certain groups are a certain alignment, I think that the misunderstanding comes in when people try to say, well, not all of them are this way. Of course not. You find me a society where everybody is exactly identical, and I don't think it's even possible. But this gets into the larger issue of alignment. So let's take a theoretical city. And let's say that the city employs slaves, but only 40% of the people own slaves. From an outsider's perspective, you're going to look at that whole city and see slavers. So you are going to perceive that culture as evil, even if the day-to-day person isn't. It's much like our modern society where, as a general rule, most people are decent people. But there are definitely evil people out there that are taking advantage of the masses and trying to stuff their own pockets as deeply as they can at the cost of anyone and anything. The culture that we have, at least in Western society, is not a great one in that regard. But are the people evil? No. I'm not going to get too far down the political rabbit hole because that's a whole other topic for another day. But removing the alignment, I don't think is as bad as some people are making it sound. Because you can still put on cultural stereotypes without putting on racial stereotypes. You could have it that, yes, that city on this nation is considered evil, but it's considered evil because they torture and they're warmongering and they will eat people that they capture. I don't know. You can insert a whole bunch of bad things that this country has done, whether it was in a war or just in their day-to-day functioning, that will make them evil as a culture without painting an entire race of beings with one paintbrush. Perfect example of this that I use in a lot of my worlds is that goblins aren't evil, they're just unfortunate. Because every time that you get a few hundred goblins gathering together to build any sort of permanent settlements, the humans, elves, and or dwarves will look at that and see a goblin warband, not a village. And so they attack it, raze it to the ground, and send the goblins that survive scattering. These goblins then get picked up by either orcs or bugbears or hobgoblins, and they get picked up into a warband. So then, now you have these angry, radicalized goblins who dislike the people that burned down their attempt at a village, and now they have to live in a warband where they're treated as though they are the lowest ranking beings among them, as opposed to being their own ruling nation. So you get a race that is perceived as being evil, but their circumstance forces them to act that way. Is every goblin evil? Or are they just trying to take care of themselves? Alignment is less about what it's more so about what your actions are being perceived as by the people around you. You could be a good person who is destroying an evil priest. Say you kick down their door and you murder them. You've saved thousands of people. But if those people don't realize that you saved them, you're a murderer and you're evil. It's a murky subject, but I really don't think it's something that the community needs to get upset about. If you still want to run your drow as evil, then you go for it. You enjoy yourself and do what works for your table. Because as long as you're having fun, then it's worth it. That's my rambling for the moment, though. I hope you all have a fantastic day. And remember, respond with lightning.